He's from a foreign country. It's a white woman. Of course, he's going to shoot her. And Somalians, they don't like women. Period.
What?
So I think there's a social prejudice there, and they're finding out that he's been
the views of the people on that.
He's being investigated for other brutality and other issues that he's had with women.
But maybe she pointed a gun at him or something.
They didn't find any gun. There were some fireworks that went off just seconds before.
See.
So maybe they thought they were gunfire or something. But
it's possible.
I still wouldn't want my partner shooting across my chest. Maybe, I don't know.
In the car?
In a car, yeah. Holy smokes, man! Give me some warning. My ears are wow, 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 wow. I can't hear.
Well, I mean, she did have a funny accent.
Blimey.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not Australian. Oh, Bobby.
That's better.
Polish shrimp on that dingo's got your baby. Oh boy. Yeah, you can't understand those. You can't trust Australians either. That's the other thing. They can be really tricky. Uh-oh. We know an Australian.
No, he's Austrian.
Oh, that's right. Our good friend Adolf.
Oh, I was thinking Arnold.
Uncle Adolf. He was such a kindly man.
All right, let's move on. I don't know. I kind of want to talk about this guy that built the stairs.
All right, that's good. That's in Toronto, so it's Canada.
When I said talk about it, I mean I want you to talk about it.
Oh, I don't know.
I need a break.
So anyways, there's this guy in Toronto that lives near a park, and the entrance to the park is like on a little slope.
So, wait,
what?
He's in Toronto, Canada, Ontario.
Yeah.
He lives near a park?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm caught up.
Okay. And apparently he's witnessed many people who like to cut through the park when they're walking fall down that slope. It's slippery in Canada, And,
of course it is.
And,
the moose droppings.
Well, it's the snow and the sleet and the moose droppings. It's like a damn slip and slide. So these people are falling on their dupkas. And,
oh, no. We have to edit that, according to Facebook.
Yeah, well, it's perfectly fine. And the city was made aware of it, and they're saying, well, we're investigating it. We think it's going to cost $65,000 to put in these stairs. Because, we got to make sure it's safe. And
they're made of gold?
Yeah. So he said, well, screw that. So he got some donations from neighbors. He hired a homeless man to help him. For $450, they build a nice set of stairs that goes down that slope, and people are able to use it. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but they're functional.
Yeah.
And free to the taxpayers.
That's good. That's weird that would happen, though.
So, but the city came through. I said, we're from the city, and we're here to help you. And see that moose over there? He should have told you can't do that. So they taped off the stairs. And you can't use the stairs because they're made of wood, and they don't look like they're safe. And the handrail isn't perfect, and they're not cemented in, and it'll be horrible. We just can't allow citizens to do what they want on these things, This is a public structure. I think everyone will understand that it will be more than $550 to do it just right. We can't have people go out to Home Depot and build a staircase in a park because that's what they would like to have.
Yeah, no, because, I mean, if you think about it, Home Depot is not a good place to get the materials to buy a staircase.
That's where he found the homeless man, I think, out front.
Was that? Oh, okay.
So we will cite safety and accessibility issues as a reason to, tear those stairs down. And we haven't arrested anybody or fined anybody yet. They're unsafe. The railing's unsafe. The incline is uneven, and there's no foundation.
Joke's on the guy that was trying to save money because they got a quote to remove the stairs.
Yeah, $4 million.
$70,000 to remove them. And then that same company who is
tearing the stairs
brother-in-law of the mayor of the city who owns it, $65,000 to... No, none of that's true, but it's completely insane.
Yeah. Well, as I saw some comments on the article is that, if you're putting in a ramp, and you have to zigzag it and make it wheelchair accessible and all that it could be more money, but still $65,000.
Yeah. It could be $65,000, but you don't probably need something that costs $65,000. Right. The point of the story, though, is that non-government entities could take it upon themselves to improve the park and build stairs as a public service.
At no cost.
At no cost to the tax. Well, there's a cost to people, but it's a voluntary cost.
Right, but not to the taxpayers.
Right.
In general.
I was so excited because I don't get this question a lot, because actually I've seen it a few times, but I thought it was mostly a joke. But somebody on Facebook, we were talking about that case. Ken Ham built that giant ark, and the city was they implemented just a couple months ago a safety tax, and they're trying to charge them because they need more police and fire and safety services because he has so many people go there. So it was going to cost them about $700,000 a year in taxes.
Right.
Which is ridiculous. So they apparently sold it to the nonprofit that's related to them for $10, which is now tax exempt. Okay,
I don't know how it was
about
before.
that, but because it was a for-profit business, they weren't even pretending to be tax exempt. They were saying we're for-profit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a business.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
A religious thing. So, yeah.
But I mean,
you say $700,000, but the tickets are $40, and the tax was 50 cents.
It doesn't matter.
No, I understand what you're saying, but on the other hand, it wasn't like they were really.
What's the overhead and the operating costs of the whole park?
I don't know.
No idea. Right. Oh. So they may only be making 50 cents per ticket.
Oh, I think they were making more than
I don't know, but it doesn't matter. $0 is the right amount. So I made a comment to somebody that everybody should be tax exempt. This is good for them, right? And I got the classic, and I think it was the first time it's ever happened to me. If everyone was tax exempt, who would pay for the roads?
Somebody used that legitimately.
They did, and they were serious, and I was so excited. I was on my way back to explain to them who would pay for the roads, and then boom, the post disappeared. I was really sad. So I thought what we could do, Brian, for the next couple minutes, we could talk about who would pay for the roads.
I don't know
if you'd like to.
Know who would.
Nobody would. What would happen, okay, is you would be at your home, I would be at my home, we would see the McDonald's sign in the distance, and we would just stand there scratching our heads. Because there would be no roads. No. There's a McDonald's, but there's no road.
So good, and I can smell the French fries.
I remember when we had roads, but there's no roads between me and the McDonald's, and I don't know what to do. What would happen is businesses would say,
they would notice that there were no customers.
There's no roads between the houses and the McDonald's. We could make a pathway by purchasing this land or something between these houses and the McDonald's, and we could either own the McDonald's and make money that way, or we could charge people a fee to drive on these roads. And people could get to the McDonald's, and it would be great. And then there would be huge incentive for those companies to maintain those roads.
How would McDonald's get the hamburger delivered to them?
I don't know. That would also be a problem.
I'll tell you how. What would happen is the business that sells hamburgers would realize they can't get to McDonald's, so they would go out and they would build roads and lease the property or buy the property and build roads to the McDonald's that so they could deliver their product. And people could drive on those same roads for either a fee or whatever, and or they could charge McDonald's a fee. To build.
That's weird. So you might remember this. You're not too young anymore.
No, I'm old.
There was a time when the government didn't actually build and pay for all the roads. But you know what happened?
They had roads.
People still traveled around. And there were still roads.
Great roads, but there were roads.
Well, there weren't great cars either at that time. Mostly horses and things like that. But you know what? People figured it out.
An antelope. People would ride antelopes.
It would actually solve the issues that we have with congestion on places, because today there's too much demand for the supply of roads that we have. Business and the free market is really good at dealing with supply and demand issues.
And speaking of McDonald's, they don't sell hot dogs, but in Chicago,
Burger King does.
Is it? Yeah, I know they do. In Chicago, it's a sin to put ketchup on a hot dog.
It is.
They say it's got to be mustard. So Heinz came out with Chicago dog sauce, and you can buy it, and restaurants can buy it, and they can have it in their places where people can put the Chicago dog sauce on their hot dogs and get by the no ketchup rule. But the trick is it's still ketchup. But here's the clinker. We were talking about federal regulations.
Yeah.
It's a federal law says it's a crime to sell ketchup and call it something else.
So have you called the police on John Kerry yet?
So it's 333-343-I1 and 21 CFR 155.149A.
Great.
Federal crime.
Heinz ketchup. Bummer. All right, we are out of time.
All right.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.